Hi everyone, this is Craig the Water Guy. Hope you're doing well. Hey, have you been visited by Culligan Water lately at your home? Selling you a water treatment system like a water softener? Um, if so, please watch this video before making a decision to purchase a water softener. I have over 33 years experience in the water treatment industry, and I want to share my knowledge with you by reviewing the CulliganWater.com website uh, and do some comparisons for you so you have a better understanding of what they are offering you in comparison to what's actually available out there. So what I've done here is I've gone to Culligan.com and I start reviewing some of their systems. And the first system I want to go over with you, which is their standard typical system, which is called the Culligan Gold Series Water Softener. The Culligan Gold Series water softener uh, is a water softener that is 1 inch, so it gives you higher flow rates than your standard 3/4 inch water softeners that you find on the market, which is good. Um, and really, besides that, it doesn't really tell you, don't give you a lot of information, so I don't know what the warranty is on it or anything like that. What I can tell you that from over the years of experience, when I had my shop years ago, one of our competitors was Culligan Water. And what one of the things that we've noticed about the Culligan Water, because we used to go out and service this equipment on a daily basis, is that we've had a lot of customers over the years that would call us that would have a Culligan system. And they would ask if we could come out to repair it for them and service it for them. And we would go out there a lot of times, hoping that it would be something simple that we could take care of for them. But in a lot of cases, we ended up finding where they needed a new part, like a timer motor or a cam or a gear or a piston assembly or something like that, which is pretty common stuff to go out on a water softener valve. And because we were not a Culligan dealer, we could not get the parts. So the customer was stuck in calling Culligan, paying a service call for Culligan to come out, and then they either have to have the Culligan guy put the parts in for them and purchase the parts, or they would have to order the parts and have Culligan come out again to do the repair work. Basically, Culligan is a franchise. They are proprietary. They build their own valves, so nobody else can get parts for them except for Culligan, which is good for Culligan, but it's not so good for you, the consumer, because you've now paid a lot of money for a water softener that you're pretty much stuck with as far as being able to get parts for it later on down the road, and that time will come. So for that reason, I just don't like the idea as a consumer myself. So I want to compare this system with you to our 1 inch high flow water softener. Okay. I've also noticed the Culligan system here. This Gold Series is a downflow water softener. It's your typical downflow, just like your Fleck water softeners and a lot of other water softeners out there. So it's not going to be a high efficiency water softener. It's going to waste quite a bit of salt, quite a bit of water per regeneration. I did notice one thing they do sell a point on here is that they do say that their systems are Water Quality Association approved, which is a third party rating, which is hard to find. It's hard to find water softeners that are third party rated as a complete system. Easy to find water softeners that are rated with WQA, but those are usually just parts, being that each individual part to build that water softener as an individual part has been WQA or NSF approved. Nothing unusually or special about that. But to have a system completely built with all the components as a working software and have it sent to a third party rated like WQA and have it approved is extremely unusual. And it's actually very expensive for a manufacturer to do. So let's go ahead and go to our systems here. I'm going to compare here at qualitywatertreatment.com to Culligan.com, and I'm going to go to our 1-inch Elite Basic softener. Our 1-inch Elite Basic water softener is also a high flow water softener. It does have a 7-year, a 10-year control valve warranty, I'm sorry, as well as a lifetime warranty on the tanks. It does use a 10% cross-link resin inside the tank here versus the Culligan system uses an 8% resin. The 10% resin is a more durable resin. It's a resin that actually is more durable and tolerable against chlorine and chloramines, so it doesn't break down as easily, and therefore it lasts a lot longer than your standard 8% resins that companies like Culligan uses on that particular system. The Elite Basic is a high efficiency system. It's an upflow system with a lot of new age technology. So it has a lot of good features to it that the Culligan system does not offer you. It saves you up to 75% salt and 64% on water every regeneration. And based on manufacturer calculations, it will save you up to $220 per year with an average of 4 people in salt and water savings alone. I mentioned earlier that the Culligan is third-party rated through the WQA, which is a nice feature, and it's also extremely unusual and very expensive for a manufacturer to do. Well, the Soft Pro water softeners is also third-party rated. It's third-party rated by a company called IAPMO. Our Soft Pro water systems have a water quality platinum seal by IAPMO. IAPMO is a third-party rated agency, just like WQA, Water Quality Association. Actually, IAPMO is a company that was formed by former employees of WQA. So basically, they use the same testing and the same standards as WQA. So our systems are third-party rated as well. Now, the advantage of over the Soft Pro Elite Basic over the Culligan Gold series is that number one, it is high efficiency, so it's going to keep on paying for itself once you purchase the system. Number two is that the system is manufactured by the second largest water filtration manufacturer in the world. It is sold under a lot of different brand names. It's not by any means a franchise type system. So you can get parts and service for this system pretty much by anybody. The parts are actually very readily available by just about any water filtration contractor, or water treatment dealer, even plumbing supply places. A lot of them carry the same system but under a different brand. So as far as quality water treatment goes, we've been in business for 33 years, so we don't plan on going anywhere. So if you purchase our system, we're always going to be here for you as well. The system is assembled in the USA, so all the systems are built by the manufacturer and assembled in the USA, and they are shipped directly to you. We don't send a salesperson out to your home. We give you all the information either by live chat on our website, by phone, or by email, as well as a very informative website with different videos and stuff like that. And we're here to walk you through the installation and any sort of technical issues you might have before and after the sale as well. So we're a one-stop shop here, folks. And like I said, 33 years is a long time to be in business. So we built our business on integrity and offering value with innovative products to our customers, and that's why we're still here. So with all that said, this system here also has a feature of what you call Resistible Backwash Cycle preset. What that means is that if you go on a vacation, the system, and you put it in vacation mode, the system will regenerate every 7 days, just a short backwash cycle, just to make sure that no bacteria can grow in the system. So that's a nice feature to have. The other thing that it has is what we call a soft water quick charge mode. So this system here, if the computer reads that you're down to 3% reserves, meaning that you only have 3% of soft water left, it's the middle of the day, and it's a high usage day. The system will read that. The computer will put the system into a quick regeneration mode, and that takes 15 minutes. It will get you back into soft water for the rest of the day, which is great because pulling hard water into your plumbing system, especially a hot water heater, could cause some inconvenience and some issues for you. It could take a day just to get that hard water out of your hot water heater. So those are nice features as well. It also has a soft water brine refill to where it fills the salt tank with soft water, which keeps your injectors and stuff clean. So a very low maintenance system as far as that goes. So that's that system there. Going back to the Culligan systems here, if we go to back to their water softeners and we look at their top of the line system, which is their high efficiency series. Their high efficiency series is also a 1-inch control valve. So it's a little higher flow than your standard 3/4 inch control valves. Um, what they're doing with this is they have utilized this system by combining carbon and resin into one tank to help remove chlorine from the water and pharmaceutical products, lead, copper, petroleum products, stuff like that. In my experience, that's a bad idea, and I'm going to tell you why. One is that unless you oversize your water softener capacity, you're taking up the resin space for carbon. So what you've done now is you've taken a softener and you've made it less efficient because it needs to regenerate more often, which costs you money and salt and water waste, and is not as good for the environment because you're throwing a lot of more water and salt down through the sewer drain into the septic systems or whatever you might be using. It's also more wear and tear on the valve because the only time the valve is moving parts for the most part of the function of the valve is when it's regenerated. It's kind of like driving a car. The more you drive the car, the more maintenance you have on it, and the less the car is going to last before you have to replace it. So same idea, same concept. So the other thing with the carbon now, if you're mixing carbon with your resin bed, the carbon is not going to be enough carbon to effectively remove what it needs to remove at the higher percentage rates uh, when you're using a lot of water as far as gallons per minute goes. Okay, lower flow rates on a typical usage, yeah, fine. But if you're taking a shower, somebody else is doing laundry or dishes or something like that, it might be an issue for you as far as it being as effective as it should be, as well as pressure loss as well. Even though it's a 1-inch valve, carbon in general usually doesn't have, well, I know it doesn't have the same amount of flow rates that resin does because it's a more dense and heavier media than resin is. So the other thing is maintenance. Carbon generally lasts about 3 years. When you go to replace the carbon when it's mixed in with your resin bed, you have to replace the resin bed. And resin generally lasts 10 plus 15 years or more, depending on the situation it's put into. So now you're spending money on replacing resin that doesn't need to be replaced because you got to replace the carbon every 3 years. And it's mixed in with the resin bed. So that's an issue. So those are all the problems I see mixing carbon and resin together in one tank. Okay. So to do this right, what we've done is, again, we're looking at the Soft Pro Elite system here. And the Soft Pro Elite system, what we've done is we created a package for it. So this is all 1-inch, just like I mentioned earlier, with the 10-year warranty on the control valve, lifetime on the tank, with the 10% cross-link high durable resin. Is we have coupled together a upflow carbon filter. So this is a 1.5 cubic foot upflow filter to give you good high flow rates. And the upflow carbon filter doesn't require any backwashing because it's upflow. The water flows down through this tube and up through the carbon, pushing the carbon up every time you use water to keep it loose. so water cannot channel through it, making the carbon more effective. And so you don't waste any water through backwash as well, which makes it more efficient and more environmentally friendly. Now, the carbon that we use is not your typical granulated activated carbon, which I'm going to assume that Culligan water is using. We use a catalytic carbon. Catalytic carbon removes chlorine, but it also removes chloramines. Chloramines is being commonly used now in municipal water supplies. Chloramine is a base of chlorine and ammonia, which actually ends up being fairly corrosive to any sort of metal plumbing that you may have, as well as not too good for you. So the catalytic carbon is more effective at removing chlorine and chloramines, especially chloramines, than your standard granulated activated carbons or your commonly coconut-based carbons. So we have decided to upgrade our systems to use chloramine to make sure that we can take care of all those problems for you. Then it runs through your softener, which is the softener we talked about earlier, which is an upflow high-efficiency softener that saves you money. And then what we have done is we've included a reverse osmosis system. This is a 5-stage, 75 gallon per day reverse osmosis system. But it's not your typical reverse osmosis systems that you find on the market today. It actually has a 5-year warranty, manufacturer warranty, versus your standard 1-year warranties that most manufacturers give you. And it's a high efficiency reverse osmosis system. Most reverse osmosis systems out there waste 4 gallons of water for every gallon that they make, where this system wastes 1 gallon of water for every gallon it makes. So it's more environmentally friendly and less expensive to operate for you. It also comes with a long neck chrome swivel faucet with a chrome handle on the side instead of your typical black plastic handle. So it's more durable and looks nicer and it's easier to operate. On top of that, one of the best features that we've done with this is reverse osmosis water in general is acidic. Because it strips almost everything out of the water usually runs about 6.5 on the pH level. 7.0 is neutral. Up to 8.5 to 9.0 is actually alkaline. Anything over 7.0 is alkaline. So what we've done is we've actually put an alkalizer filter on this. So the alkalized filter will raise that pH up to the 8 to 8.5 level for you. And it's real important because acidic water has been known to have your body not fight cancer cells and stuff like that as easily as if you keep an alkalized body. An alkalized body is a healthier body. Those are pretty much all the studies that have been done. So we have taken initiative to make sure that we raise that pH back up for you. And that's pretty much everything. Those are the difference between the Culligan systems for Culligan Man that you can find more information at Culligan.com in comparison to QualityWaterTreatment.com, which is us, our soft grow water systems, our soft grow elite basic. I hope that helped you out today, and thank you for listening to me. Have a great day.